You saw them all over the county. It was a yard sign. It had a simple message. Vote yes on question A. If there was anything else written in the fine print, most Montgomery County's voters, at least 68% of them, in fact, didn't seem to care, as they overwhelmingly voted to amend the county charter to modify term limits for the county executive from 3 to 2 terms. Dwight, Mr. Elrich said that Republicans and developers conspired against him and the progressive cause that he represents. This is the second time in 6 years that county voters have voted in favor of term limits, so there must be some other reason voters are seeking a change. What do you think that is?
I think, one of the things is I think the fact that we have 2 terms for governor, 2 terms for president limits, giving the county executive 3 terms. If you can't get what you wanted done in 8 years, what is another 4 years going to do? And I think this is a check on power of the county executive. This is the fact. Personally, my 2 cents, I don't think Elric should have run for re-election, frankly, last time, but he did. The issue is, I think the voters are ready, or kind of like they're tired of seeing the same people in year after year. And Elric, with all the property tax increases him and the council pushed through and stuff like that, that also had something to do with limiting his term and kind of getting rid of him. I know he's talked about, I need to talk about, I need another term to fix fair housing and affordable housing and all this other stuff. But I say it's a great day in Montgomery County where we can limit the terms for the county executive now from 3 to 2. So,
Nancy, given the fact that we have amended the county charter twice in recent times, from first by imposing 3 term limits, and now 2 term limits, is there a feeling that people want a greater say in the electoral process? We just saw in the District of Columbia, they passed a charter amendment to allow ranked choice voting as a means of allowing independents a voice in primary elections. Is that something Montgomery County should consider next?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't read this term limit thing too largely. I think voters like term limits fundamentally, without thinking about its implications. And a lot of people don't like Mark. So, and then the Republican Party was there. That's your win. And a lot of people don't like him. And I think it came down to that for the people who know what they're talking about. And just generally speaking, voters like term limits. I don't think it's about policy. Basically, hooray for us. We've given decision making over to the staff. That's what you do with term limits. And that's what they've done.
So expound on that a little bit more, because the executive or the council member has to leave after their 2 terms. The permanent staff are really the ones running the show. Is that the implication?
Absolutely. It takes a long time to understand the process, particularly if you knew. At least county council members have 3 terms now. Let's see if that changes. But the shorter the time they're in office locally, the more the staff manages everything, because it's impossible to learn this quickly and rapidly. And certainly with the disappearance of real press that covers anything, nobody knows what's going on anyways. So it's the staff that makes the difference. Tell me, I have been there, done that, and seen that. And that's what happens.
I'll before we go on to our next topic, I'll just say that when I first began doing this show 21 years ago, there was the Montgomery County Gazette, the Montgomery County Journal. We had tombstone ads in each of those papers telling readers what our topics were going to be for the weekend show. And every Wednesday, I would have to send out a fax to those journals. And now, it's hard to, you think with, the wonders of the internet, it would be easier to break through, but it certainly is being lost, I think.